So I didn't intend to commonplace about Miss Kim K twice within like 2 weeks, but you will see that I do in fact commonplace about Kim K in this spread. But welcome to the video. My name's Erica. I hope you liked kind of the intro. I recently decorated for Christmas. I live in an apartment and consider myself a minimalist, so all of my decor is secondhand and pretty small because I don't really have the storage space to, you know, store it all year. I have a few Halloween decorations or fall decorations, and then I try and keep my Christmas decor more so winter decor. But then I also wanted to show you guys a little bit about how I kind of prepare to commonplace. It usually has me saving some pictures and some articles basically just onto a Word document, it's nothing fancy, and then just bring them out. And then I use my trimmer to trim them down to size. I had a lot to commonplace today. I felt like I had nothing to commonplace for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden I have so much, and I feel like that's how it works. I'm learning is there's nothing to commonplace about, and then all of a sudden there's too much and you gotta catch up. And then the page before this one I totally messed up, and so I taped it out of order, and then that means I cut it out of order. So I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna start a birth page. Worry about that later. And we are working on a page about the Skins and Swarovski collection and collaboration, which I'm more interested in for the Swarovski part rather than the Kim K part. I've literally never bought anything from Skins, and my other commonplace entry from like 2 weeks ago is literally about that stupid bra that she came out with that's supposedly like environmentally friendly, but it's made of glass. Anyway, just Google that if you would like to be angered about rich people doing bad things for the environment. So this one is mostly about the Swarovski. I saw the collection come across my Instagram, and I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was an interesting collaboration because the only thing I know about Swarovski is like that my mom wears it, and my mom was obsessed with it. So to me it was always like not my thing. It was something, you know, that my mom was obsessed with. She had to have every bracelet in every color. It's colorful. And I'm more of a gemstones and minerals person, and Swarovski is just glass, and so to me I was like, why is glass so expensive? Like, what's the appeal? But they seem to have been doing a lot of new marketing things lately. They started doing lab-grown diamonds, and now they're partnering with like brands like Skins, which I thought was very interesting. And so then I watched like a 40-minute documentary on YouTube. I use the word documentary lightly. And it was titled like The Downfall of the Swarovski House. And it was just about how, yeah, like that during, not even during COVID, like it's still like a family owned and operated business. Like the board, like in order to be a board member, like you have to be a descendant of like the founder, which they recently also changed. And so it was just a very interesting thing to watch of like how this company is like still very much family owned, and how the family drama kind of keeps them from progressing. And yeah, it was just really interesting. And then this necklace that I'm cutting out right now, this is the Millennia necklace. And when I first read the article about Skims, it's one of the Swarovski employees called it the Taylor Swift necklace. So then I watched the music video that Taylor Swift is wearing it in, and I was like, oh gosh, this necklace has to be like so expensive, like Taylor Swift's wearing it in a big music video. It's like the showstopper piece. And it's, I mean, in terms of like necklaces, like it's pretty affordable. It's only $650, which again, maybe that is expensive, but to me it's really not, in terms of like, because again, it's just glass. It's not even lab grown diamonds, so it's just glass. And then like next thing I knew, because cookies and the internet, that's how the internet works. All of a sudden, like Olivia Rodrigo was wearing it. I think she wore it to either the Grammys or the VMAs. She just wore like the pink version, like the smaller pink version. And anyway, so I'm like obsessed with this necklace now because all of a sudden Swarovski is just appearing everywhere on like a bunch of celebrities, and so it feels very interesting to me, from like a marketing perspective and like that sort of thing. And it is, I don't usually like, oh, Anna Wintour also wore a version of it. I think she has the like peridot green one. Again, it's not peridot, it's glass. But it was just so interesting how all of a sudden this necklace was like everywhere. And that's not at all what I wanted to talk about in this video, but I have now gone on a rant about this necklace. So again, this isn't really necessarily about the whole Skims thing and Kim K. It's more so about this necklace and like how it just took over my life for 2 days. And how I am now considering buying it, even though I have nowhere to wear it. And how I'm reconsidering Swarovski as a relevant brand. Very interesting. But what I wanted to talk about today, actually, was books. I've been wanting to talk about books a lot lately. I decided last night, after a long, hot bath, that I was going to DNF my current read. Not for any reason. You know, it's not a bad book. It's just not like a book that I'm loving. And it's called Burnham Wood. And I would say if you read the blurb and you kind of like, if you like Jane Austen, and if you like kind of the sentence structure, specifically this long drawn out sentence structure of Jane Austen and other older English novels, I think you will like it more than me. It's kind of more of a environmental political book about a group of guerrilla gardeners in New Zealand, trying to break even. And so I think it's good. The characters really piss me off, but also I think that they're really real. I came across it in the library on like the Lucky Day section, which means those are books that have like 3 to 4 week wait lists. And then they always keep a copy on the like Lucky Day shelf. So you can kind of skip the wait, and then you cannot renew it. You have to, you have like 3 weeks to read it, and that's it. So I was trying to rush through it and read it because it did look interesting to me, and it's just really long. It's like a 450-page book. I have a few things on my other TBR. I have kind of like a curated winter reading list. I had decided I really wanted to focus a lot of reading on environmental things, not necessarily like environmental politics. I don't need a bunch of doomsday facts thrown at me, but just like books about nature writing, human connection with the planet, that sort of thing. And so there's a couple other books that I really want to read first. And then also I have a couple of fiction books. I have Kingdom of the Wicked, which would be a reread. And then I have Bunny by Mona Awad. I hope I said that right, which is also a reread. And those kind of like feel wintry to me, especially the second Kingdom of the Wicked, because hell in that book is cold. So those are just calling my name more. I have said a lot, so I apologize. Those are just calling my name more, so I just gave myself permission to not finish it. Like, again, I'm enjoying the book. I'm not hating it, but some of the characters really piss me off, and it just feels really long and daunting. I feel that added pressure because I have to finish it quicker than maybe I would want to, so I'm just going to go ahead and return it, and start with some of my more winter lists. going back to the environmental books that I was reading, I do think that this one would be a good one to go back to in terms of environmental fiction, because it is about guerrilla gardeners and how they try and kind of make empty or forgotten spaces more productive. Like, someone donated one of their spaces next to like their parking spot, one of those, like, you know when you have a parking spot and like just to the left or just to the right there's like a patch of grass. Someone donated that, and then they like try and grow produce near natural plants. So I think that's very interesting, and I would like to come back to the book. But I'm currently reading Spell of the Sensuous, and that one has just been blowing my mind. I was on page like 20 before I started Burnham Wood and picked it up from the library. So I would really like to hop back into that one. So far, I've read the first half of Braiding Sweetgrass because I got it as an ebook, and then I decided that I was loving it, so I should buy myself a physical copy. And then, of course, yet I have yet to buy myself a physical copy. But that is magic. that book is magical. So Braiding Sweetgrass, I've read Nature's Last Hope, which I thought was a very good one. The first half was kind of doomsday, but not really. But then the second half saved it. It was very playful and some very fun ways for people to turn their lawns into something more environmentally friendly without even really putting in that much effort. And it's something that, like, you could read that and then share it with like your grandpa who loves bird watching, or your mom and dad, and kind of just give them a few different options. And so I'm on this hunt to do a lot of environmental reading, a lot of nature reading, and about human connection with nature. So I want to start a book club, but I don't have any friends in person, especially not those. I have some friends that read books, but not a lot, and especially not ones who are as invested in such a thing as me. And so I sort of like have this dream of creating like a digital book club or a virtual book club where we can read like environmental books, and then maybe next year we pick another theme, because I think I picked 12 books, or I think I picked about 8 to 10, and then I was like, oh, I'll probably find some more as the year goes on. But my goal is to read 12, so like one a month about environmental issues or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. If you'd be interested, let me know. If you want reading updates, let me know. I love reading. I just really got into it last year, and I feel like it's such a better way to spend my time. I feel like I get so much more invested into books than TV shows. Of course, if I find the right books. I'm pretty picky with my books I'm learning. And not everything's going to be a 5-star, and I think I kind of thought everything was going to be a 5-star, but it's not. Everything is not a 5-star. I read 27 books this year. My original goal was 12. You can follow me on Goodreads, I'll link it down below. But my original goal was 12, and then I finished 12 in like July, and I was like, okay, we'll do 24. So I've read 27, and I'm pulling it up right now. I want to share with you my 5 stars. Bunny was 1. So that's why I'm rereading it, because it was such a 5-star to me, and I feel like I missed so many things, and it was just a beautiful work of like fiction that I was like, oh, I need to read this again. And then let's see, other 5 stars were the Dark of the West series. It's by Joanna Hathaway, and I've read the first 2, and both of them are 5 stars to me. And such it's solid writing. You know, it's fantasy, it's grounded fantasy in like reality. The characters are really magnificent. That. And then A Certain Hunger was by Chelsea Summers, was 5 stars to me. Again, I don't really think it's feminist. The marketing makes it seem really feminist, but it is just a very enjoyable, fun read. I did rate the new Hunger Games 5 stars, but I think I would actually make it 4 stars, because looking back and after I've calmed down from reading it and the high of coming off of reading a good book, I think it's more of a 4-star for me. And then in terms of like nonfiction, the one nonfiction book I don't know if I can say on the internet without, you know, turning some people off, so I'll just direct you to my Goodreads. You know, if you're into spirituality and you're 18 or older, I'll go check it out. But yeah, that's kind of my life update that I really wanted to talk about as I commonplaced and everything like that. I hope you guys are all doing well. What are you guys reading? Let me know. Thank you so much for all your comments, by the way. Like, I've done YouTube before. I tried, like, beauty when I was 16. That did not last long. I was, like, a SCAD YouTuber. I did a lot of college vlogs my freshman year of college when I was living in the dorms. That went better, but most people just wanted it for, like, information. And then I tried to do a bunch of other things, and nothing really worked out. But the feedback I've received from my Commonplace videos has been really wonderful. You guys have been leaving such wonderful comments that make me actually feel like you're listening to me, which I'm so grateful for. I hope you have people in your life that genuinely listen and interact with, like, your hobbies and your interests, because, like, you deserve that. And, like, I feel so special when someone, like, answers a question that I asked in my voiceover. I'm like, wow, people listen, amazing. So thank you so much. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know how your day has been. Let's just chat. I have found the Commonplace in the journaling community so wonderful and so open and so interactive. People ask questions, they want to know how you do things, everyone's very curious, and it seems like we all sort of have common interests in, like, well, obviously, but it seems like a lot of us are readers. It seems like a lot of us are, you know, journalers. It seems that a lot of us like dark academia, or vintage historic art and stuff like that. So a really refreshing community. I'm running out of things to say, running out of things to talk about other than just gushing about how grateful I am. Oh, I'm almost done. Video is going to end in about a few minutes. You will see it cuts off my storage. I've been recording these on my phone. I have a big DSL camera, but it's too heavy for my top-down view, so I've been using my phone. So I ran out of storage halfway through because I forgot to delete some older, longer videos from previous uploads. So my storage went out. So it cuts off, but you don't miss much. I'm just writing by hand. I'm just reflecting on Swarovski branding and reflecting on how I thought they were a cheesy brand growing up, and now I'm starting to reconsider them because, yeah, but I still have hesitations because they're glass. Why are you charging so much for glass? At the end of the day, it's because it's a brand name, and it's a very historic brand. But it's going to cut off like halfway through me writing. So I decided, I also added a few stickers at the end. So I have a final spread view at the end of the video after it cuts off so you guys can see what it looks like. But I am going to go ahead and shut up now. I hope you have an absolutely lovely day because you 100% deserve it. And if you like snow, I hope it snows for you soon. If you hate snow, I hope you get to go somewhere warm and sunny soon. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.